Evening. Christopher Luxon is asking his MPs to put up or shut up at an urgent caucus meeting tomorrow, amid intense speculation about his leadership. The Prime Minister says division and disunity is a major distraction just 90 days out from the election. It follows a week of own goals from the leader, including an off-the-cuff call on an MMP referendum, apologising for comments about small business owners and criticism over his handling of coalition partners. It was only in April that Christopher Luxon called a surprise confidence vote on himself, meant to put to bed the same unrest he faces again now. Senior political reporter Benedict is standing by to give us his analysis, but first, his report on the building pressure.
Christopher Luxon back in the capital to face the storm.
Good afternoon, Prime Minister. Have you lost the support of your caucus?
Hey team, look, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Are you considering resigning?
Talk to you guys tomorrow. Take care, team.
His MPs are talking behind his back. Speculation is growing over his leadership.
Thanks, guys.
They've been summoned for an urgent meeting here at Parliament tomorrow. Christopher Luxon took to social media today, saying the division and disunity are a major distraction for National 90 days out from the election, saying it's unfair to the party, its candidates and supporters. He wants the matter resolved quickly.
Once again, the National Party are busy fighting amongst themselves rather than tackling the issues that New Zealanders want to see them focused on.
It follows a rough few weeks for the PM.
On that note, I do want to take this opportunity to apologise for my remarks at the Rotorua Business Chamber breakfast last week.
From an apology to major policies, like a referendum on MMP, announced on the hoof.
Would you do that if you were Prime Minister next year?
Yeah, I think I would. I think I would.
There could be interesting repercussions, if you know what I mean.
The string of gaffes hasn't gone unnoticed by his MPs.
Last week, the PM apologised for remarks about Rotorua, and obviously there's been a bit of debate about the MMP call, but we back our leader.
Do you have confidence in the Prime Minister?
150%. He's the man and he's the boss.
Tomorrow's meeting, a case of déjà vu. 4 months ago, we were here.
I moved a formal motion of confidence in my leadership. That motion was passed, confirming what I have been saying. I have the support of my caucus as their leader.
2 MPs, touted as possible replacements, are talking down any leadership aspirations, publicly at least.
All I care about is making sure that our kids can read, write and do maths, get the basics, get a great qualification and have a bright future.
I'm just getting on with the job.
Have you spoken to any of your colleagues at all about these leadership changes?
No.
Today we asked Kiwis if it was time for Christopher Luxon to go.
He should go. He's been totally ineffectual.
He doesn't seem too bad.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
Why is that?
I'm a national supporter. I'm not happy with the way the government's performing.
You need to have a suitable replacement. I don't think there is one at the moment.
I think Luxon might need a bit of a kick up the rear because he hasn't done what he said, and I voted for him.
The public weighing in today. It will be his caucus's turn tomorrow.
Right, Benedict is with us now live from Parliament. Benedict, what is it that National MPs are concerned about?
Well, my understanding is that some senior National MPs are becoming increasingly frustrated with what they see as the series of own goals being scored by the Prime Minister. Now, whether that be the Rotorua business meeting or his call on MMP, to those press conferences we've seen lately where he really struggles to communicate and he kind of bungles the message. Look, some of these MPs, they feel that the Prime Minister's political radar just isn't right at the moment, his political nous isn't there, and he's not focusing on the right issues at the moment. They see this as a big problem. That being said, there are clearly lots of National Party MPs who are continuing to back Christopher Luxon at the moment.
How important, Benedict, is party unity, particularly at this time?
Yeah, well, I think that's what the Prime Minister was getting at in that social media statement that he put out where he talked about the division and the disunity being unhelpful for National. Now, remember 2 elections ago, the National Party, they went into election year, they rolled their leader and they ended up having a really messy election year. There was lots of infighting, they changed leaders again and the public absolutely punished them in the polls. And in the last election, the Labour Party did the same thing. Remember, we had ministers resigning and being sacked and the public once again really punished Labour, and that's the big risk for National here at the moment. The polls at the moment are really, really close. It could go either way. The last thing the National Party need is a really messy leadership spill at the moment.
Can you give us a sense of what will happen tomorrow?
Yeah, well, I mean, the National Party MPs, they're already starting to arrive back in the capital, flying into the airport ahead of the meeting at tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. Now, MPs, they'll head into the caucus room. They all have to leave their phones outside. They're not allowed to communicate with anyone else, but they're going to have to hammer out their differences. And the first thing they're going to have to decide is whether Christopher Luxon still has the support of the National Party caucus. And if he doesn't, then of course they're going to have a look at, who could replace him. And that will be the opportunity for some of those possible contenders like Erica Stanford, possibly like Chris Bishop, to stand up, put their hand up and have a go. And we are hearing that MPs are also starting to line up behind those two possible contenders.